So, the first thing I would like to take you through are these three areas. Now, feedback for heroes is obviously themed around your superpower, and this model is going to give you another tool to your toolkit to allow you to structure your conversations. But there's some pre-work that you might need to think about prior to approaching these conversations. So the first one is relationship. Bit of reflection here for you all. What's the relationship with that member, your team, or with that leadership that you need to give feedback to? Okay, so if you've got somebody in mind at the moment that you're considering this might come in useful for, think about what your current relationship with them is. Your evidence, having that evidence base is key to our conversations to keep them objective and they're not opinions. That's exactly the same with feedback, whether that's constructive or whether that's positive. Okay, making sure we've got the why as to the feedback we're giving. And then the last one is the environment. Now, that can be the culture of a business as a whole. But obviously, that's a big task for one department if it's not quite there yet. So think about what it is within your function and how that environment works. Is feedback something that's naturally given, or is it something that we don't tend to talk about, but we know we've got to do something about it? So considering how we introduce it, which is where this model will come in quite handy. Okay. So three areas just want you to think about and reflect on slightly as to whether do I need to look at some of these bits and then use this model that Carly's going to give me today? Or have I got a kind of, yeah, I know exactly where we sit and this will fit in quite nicely as a follow-on. So I didn't just come up with the Feedback Heroes model as a random. I actually given you a structure called Hero. Okay, you won't forget it. Let's put it that way. So your first letter of your structure is H. Okay, highlight. What is their superpower? What is it that somebody does really well and the positive? Pull on that first. Now, just be careful because I'm sure we've heard the model, and I won't say the naughty word, but the poo sandwich. Okay, the poo sandwich is where we use a positive to cushion the blow of what we actually have to have the conversation about. This H for highlight is highlighting the positive that's relevant, that's going to help them with their kryptonite, with the thing that stops them. Okay, so what they're already good at and what they can use to help towards making the thing that we want to recommend that they work on better because they already have the skill within them. Okay, so the first one, H, highlight what is their superpower. Secondly, explain. So this is where the kryptonite comes in. What is their area of improvement? What is their area of improvement? So remember that highlight is something that they already have to help work on their kryptonite. Thirdly, we recommend. So what is their heroic mission? What is it that we need them to take, the actionable steps we want them to take to improve? And remember, you can use this structure and use some coaching techniques such as your open questioning to allow the person that you're giving the feedback to, for example, to have their input. I would recommend this. How do you see that working for you? Would you do it any differently? Okay, so yes, I'm taking you through H, E, R, and O, but you can build out these areas with some techniques like coaching. Okay. And then finally, outcome. So what is the potential positive outcome from taking on those recommendations? Because that's going to help make a positive to what I'm recommending you focus on, but also you've already got it within you based on what I've highlighted to do that yourself.